This is the Iowa Weather Report for Saturday, November 9th, 2013. Now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. At noon today, we have some energy moving across Minnesota into the Great Lakes with a fairly broad trough there. That'll be kicking a storm system that just skimmed the area last evening into the Great Lakes in southern Canada. It'll bring down some northwesterly winds that could be quite gusty, but highs will still remain upper 40s north to mid to upper 50s in the south. The colder air does come a little bit in on Sunday. Temperatures will be a couple degrees cooler Sunday, still mainly sunny as it will be today. High Sunday, likely in the mid to upper 40s north and east to low 50s south and west. And then here comes the next push of cold air, a 1040 millibar high coming into North Dakota on Monday with the frontal system that could spark a light snow shower. Nothing of any significance with this system, but the significance is going to be this cold high pressure that'll be south of Lincoln, Nebraska, somewhere between Topeka and Beatrice. And it's going to bring very cold conditions, highs in the 30s, lows in the teens to lower 20s. Still could be quite cool here Wednesday morning, but the winds will then start to swing around to the south and west. That should boost temperatures back into at least the 40s to low 50s across the area. Although with the winds, it will feel a lot cooler than that. It will be mainly sunny. But Thursday, here comes a disturbance that could spark a shower, maybe a little bit of wintry mix depending on temperatures. Highs will still remain in the 40s to lower to mid-50s. And then another push of cooler air, but not as strong as this one early in the week. This will bring temperatures down into the 40s to near 50. But you can see moisture beginning to gather to our south and west as the Gulf begins to open up. And by next Saturday, you can see some troughing, a fairly deep trough over the west, a ridge pumping up over the eastern and northeastern Pacific. And with that cold air trying to dump in from the Arctic, it's going to come down with a system coming up from the south and west. We could see some rain, showers and thunderstorms in the Ohio and lower Mississippi River Valley, snow across the northern part of Iowa up into Minnesota and the Dakotas, and another high pressure coming south and east across Canada. A couple days later, on November 20th, as we go into the extended period, we have some energy hanging back over Texas, a ridge pumping up over the Intermountain West and the Desert Southwest. We have a northwesterly flow around here, and that's going to create some fairly cool conditions. Highs likely in the 40s across the area, with lows in the 20s to near 30. But very little precipitation in the country. South Texas, Florida, the Carolinas, the Northwest, about it. The end of the forecast, November the 24th. We have some energy moving through the eastern Great Lakes. Another piece of energy about to move onto the Oregon and Northern California coast. Otherwise, it looks to be fairly tranquil if this is to be right. Well, given the fact that it'll be quite cool still, high pressure will be nosing in, and not a very strong high at that. High still, likely in the 40s to near 50. Some Great Lakes snow, a little bit of rain and mountain snow in the west, and otherwise fairly quiet. Satellite image from last evening, you can see the storm system coming through Minnesota, Wisconsin at that point with some clouds and a few showers along it. Some high and mid-level clouds across Texas into the southeast, and some clouds streaming into the northwest. Watch warning map from last evening was fairly quiet. A winter weather advisory in the Arrowhead of Minnesota, some frost advisories across Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, and the downstate North Carolina. Elsewhere, it was fairly quiet. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock, showing little if anything around here, so that snow chance early in the week looks to be fairly minimal at best. Any of the heaviest rain over the Great Lakes and over the Pacific Northwest.